What's up guys, today I'm going to talk about the backup types. Now there are several type of backups out there for SQL Server administration, but three main type of backup that mostly used in production or live. So you must need to know those three types, which is full backup, incremental backup, some also say transactional backup. So either way you can use both term, and finally we also have differential backup. So these three backups work together, and there are many other backup, but these are the three main type of backup that most companies are everywhere, whichever environment has a SQL Server instance. So the full backup is the simplest and most comprehensive type of backup. So is the complete copy of the backup file, so that you can restore this backup file to another place if you want to restore the database. So it copies all the data from your source to the destination. So this is a full backup. And then the incremental or the transactional log backup, which is the backup more efficient and flexible type of backup. So it actually copies the data that has changed since the last backup. So it's the chunk of backup over it takes over the time, a small backup, not like full backup. And incremental backup or transactional backup works with the full backup. Then we have the differential backup. It's the comprehensive between full and transactional log backup. So it copies the data that has changed since the last full backup. And you may get a little question what I'm saying, but if I'm gonna give you a diagram, that might actually help you out. Also show you how it's done, so you get the idea. When you first time try to understand how it's work, it might get a little complicated, but try to watch the video over and over and read articles from online. It will make it easy, but I think just by you watching this video you will get the idea how it works. Let me show you the diagram. So this is the diagram. So we have the full backup, and we have the incremental backup or transactional log backup, and then we have differential backup. So there are three type of backup. So full backup, so we must have full backup. Remember that you must have full backup. So let me explain you what I mean that you must have full backup. So anytime you're taking any backup, if you want to connect that backup, you actually need the full backup. Means complete copy of full is the base. So you first need the base in order to connect something else. So full backup is the complete copy. Then we have the transactional backup. So you take the full backup, then you can take the transactional log backup. So transactional log, every time little changes is happening, maybe you can take like transactional log backup every 5 minutes, like 5 minutes after little 5 minutes. See, you don't have to take full backup over and over to actually take the all resources from your hard storage. So that's why SQL Server come up with an idea that way you can actually save those storage. So this chunk of backup, like it's a chain, like log chain. So you take this backup, and then you take little smaller backup that has changed, and little change that happened, that you take those little change backup, then little change, and then those little change. See, there is a chain of backup. So in that way you don't actually have to keep taking full backup over and over to take all your resources from your hard drive. So that's why all the little changes is happening. You just take the backup of those little changes, then you take a differential backup. And when you take differential backup, if you delete those transition log backup, it's not gonna be any problem, because those transition log backup actually saved in this differential backup. So if you take the differential backup 6 o'clock here, let's say 6 o'clock, 6 hours later over here, you can actually delete this. But remember, as I said, you need a full backup. Always remember that full backup is the base. So keep the full backup, then you can attach the differential backup with it to retrieve the all file point in time. So you can go to this over here 6 o'clock, let's say 6 o'clock, you can go to the 6 o'clock to up to those data you can retrieve. And then let's say taking more backup, after that it takes more backup, more backup, more backup, more backup, more backup, more backup. Let's say it came here, right? And then it take a transactional backup again. Now guess what? You can delete all those backup, and still you will be able to actually connect this full backup with this differential backup, because all those backup is actually saved here. See, now here's the thing. Now we have the transition log backup. So over here, so over when it was taking transition log backup, and then it tried to take another backup, but at this time there was a disaster in our server, or our server got corrupt or something happened. Now we can actually go up to this time of this data. So we can go this time of the point in time to actually retrieve this data, because these all backed up file are saved up to here. That's why we can actually go to here. But then if something happen over here, right after this catastrophic event happen, we can actually take the if we have a proper backup right before this moment happen, we can actually go to that point in time. So backup is there just to actually go in point in time. Let's say something happen, let's say if we set up backup every 5 minutes, every 1 minute something happen, so you just lose 1 minute of data. That's why it's set up like this. And that way also you're not actually wasting a lot of your resources for your SAN drive or your hard drive, whatever. And that way you don't also take the full backup over and over to actually get the resources. So they is split out in a way so that a small chunk of backup takes whenever little changes happen, and those changes takes over time in the time period, every 1 minute or every time, whatever time you set it up, it will take that much. So in production level actually it works like this. You take a full backup. It depends on every environment, but where I work actually they have a full backup set up every once a week. So they take full backup once a week, and every day they take the differential backup, but every 10 minutes they take the transition log backup. So 10 minutes of data will lose in case of anything happen. So full backup once a week, then transaction log backup every 10 minutes, and differential backup almost every day. That's how it works. Anyway, you might get confused here, but yeah, first time if you think this, it might get little confusing, but it's pretty easy to understand. It's just the chunk, one is connected to another, and when you get the big chunk, you don't have to need this chunk. You just need the base to connect this one over here. Or if something happened over here, this point in time, then you can actually have this backup, and then have this differential backup, and then have this backup. These three backup you can connect in order to retrieve all the data. Anyway, let's dive into the real lab environment so you will understand how it works. Let me open my SSMS. Now let me connect with one of my server. Let me connect with this one. Okay, we are connected with the server. Let me see what we have. So we have a database called main.db. Let me see what we have inside. I'm gonna select to see what we have over here. Use main.db. Let me see. You can press Control A to select it, or you can just use mouse click, click right button, and then click, and you can press the execute button or press F5. So let me press F5. So it select this database. Then you can select every table it has. So I will just see what are the table we have inside this database. So select everything. Stress means everything from information schema the table, where table type equal to base table. So it will actually give us all the table inside this uh, main DB database. Let me see what we have. Press F5. So these are the table we have. Um, let me see what we have inside the inventory. Select everything from inventory. Sorry, sorry. Um, there is spelling error. Select everything inventory. Let me run it. So these are the data I have inside this inventory table. If you go expand it, this is what these are the data we have inside this inventory table. Anyway, we're gonna take a full backup of this database and restore somewhere else. So we can actually visualize the entire process, how transaction log backup and differential log backup works with full backup. So let me click right button, go to the task, go click on the backup, and this backup page will come. Now the recovery model should be full. If you want to go to point in time, you must put recovery model to full. Let me show you how you can put the recovery model to full. So click right button, go to the properties, go to the option. From option, go to the recovery model and select full. If you put simple or any other, you cannot go to the point in time. Point in time means a specific point when you want to retrieve, when you want to receive those data. So let's say your data corrupt at 8, right? Now it's 8:24 over here. So you wanna go to the point in time at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, you wanna retrieve data until 8 o'clock. You can retrieve. So this is the concept of point in time. Anyway, recovery model must be full. Press OK. So anyway, let me go once again. Click right button, and then click on the task. From task, go to the backup. Now from here you need to choose the path where you want to save this file. I will remove this path and add new one. Click on the add button. Once you click the add button, it will actually show you the show you destination where you want to actually save it. So click the path. For my case, I will actually pick D drive. Let me just go there and create a folder for it. So I go there, D drive. I'm gonna create a folder over here called backup. Let me name something else. Backup files. So these backup files, we want to save all this data. Let me go to the SSMS again. So this. So now here, click the destination. We're gonna go to the D drive. Select the backup files, and we need to actually give a name. So usually most of the time in work environment we put the same name. So it says main DB, so we'll call it main DB backup back, then put the extension dot back, means full backup. When you put dot back, it means full backup. So click OK, click OK, click OK. The backup of database main DB completed successfully. Now we have taken backup. If we go to the file, This is the file. Let me make it bigger. So we have a file over here, and if you hover over it, it will actually show you the type of the backup. So it's a back file, size 4.52 MB, modified data and other information you can let's see. Anyway, this is the full complete backup we have. We can restore in second any other server. So let me connect another server, maybe my server. Let me connect this one. So we have two server, one here and one here. This is our source server and this is our destination server. So we will restore our backup file from here to here. Anyway, so we have the full backup. Now let's say new data came. Let me insert some data on this main DB, this table. So we have three data over here, right? Now if I import one more data, I can go there and edit top 200 rows. Also I can write down some query, but let me use this graphical user interface for simplicity. Click it. Now if you click it, we're gonna import some data here for paragraph 4 Xbox. So this is new data has been inserted. I'm gonna close it. So now if I run this code, you're gonna see 4 data over here. See 4 data. Also you can actually just use this select top 100 rows as well. Both works, same data, but we haven't taken a backup of this simple changes, simple log that has been placed. Now simple transaction has been made, committed, right? We have inserted this data from application side. In this case, our case, we just manually put it, but in real life scenario it will be connected to some application, and those application will actually insert those data in the table automatically by the user uses when user submits some data or whatever is behind the scene. What will happen, we're not gonna put data manually. Anyway, so we have 4 data, but this backup file we take like 2 minutes ago. It doesn't have this 4 data, it has actually 3 data. Now that little change transaction that made, we can actually change the backup of this data, only this data, so that we don't have to take backup of these 3 data again. We already have the backup of these 3 data in full backup. We don't have to take another full backup because it's gonna be taking a lot of storage. But if we can take this little change that we made, this little backup, that actually saves our storage, right? Guess what? In SQL Server we have a way to do it. So if you click right button, go to the task, go to the backup again, then choose transaction log backup. So when you say this transaction log backup, the little change we made, it will just take this little backup of this data. Now let me add that path once again. Let me go to the D drive, and I will go to this backup file and main db dot. This time we're not gonna put back because we're not taking complete backup again. We are taking just little change that we made, last data that we inserted, Xbox. That changes we will actually capture. So for that reason we'll put trn, transaction log backup. This is the extension we put when we're gonna take transaction log backup. So press OK. Press OK again. Press OK. So the backup of this database main DB completed successfully. Now let me go to this file. This one has 3 data and this one has 1 more data. So both together is 4 data. Now let me put some more data. Let me insert some other data. Insert into tables, inventory values 5, then PS5, maybe another data. Insert into inventory values 6, and AirPod. So we also uploaded two more data here. Let me get rid of this space over here. If we insert this table, 2 row has been affected. If we select those data, select everything from inventory, now you're gonna see more data. So we have 6 data, but we just have 4 data over here, right? If we take backup of the remaining these 2 data, we have the complete data. So even though our, let's say, our database got corrupt, or this data is lost, we can actually go there and restore this file to actually retrieve the same data. But if we right now wants to retrieve the full data, we wouldn't be able to retrieve the full data because we just have 4 data over here. 3 data here, 1 data here. But if we take a differential backup now of these 2 data, we can actually retrieve the entire databases. Now let me go take a backup of this remaining data. So click right button, go to the task, click on the backup. Now choose the differential backup this time. Remove it, add new path, go to D drive, choose the path. Now give a name, main dv.diff. To take a differential backup, you must provide the extension as diff or diff. Let me put this. So click it, click OK. Now guess what? We have a complete copy of all the data. This is full backup, this is a little chunk, and then this is the big chunk. Now we have all data, but if we delete this data, the middle main DB, we will still be able to retrieve the remaining data by the differential backup, because differential backup backs up all the transaction logs that the chain made throughout the time, and then back it up in the differential backup. Differential backup is this one. I don't know, it changes the order. So this is the main backup, this is the transaction log backup, this is the differential backup. So it has the base, and then main copy, full copy, then all the changes it made over the time, saved in transaction. In real life scenario, you're going to see a lot of transaction, one after another saving, and then one differential backup, so that even though all the transaction log chain get corrupt, you will still be able to manage to retrieve, because you have the differential backup. One work with another. So this one work with this one work with this one. But now this one, you can remove this transaction log backup. But I'm not going to remove it right now, because I want to show you something on the SQL server. Anyway, let me go there. Now we have the complete backup of this all the data within this our three backup file. Now I'm gonna retrieve all this data in our secondary site. Now if I come here, if I try to restore the data, let me show you what we get. So click these databases, click on the restore database. This page will came. Restore database. Go to the device. Click on the click on the this button, and then click on the add button. From add button, go to the file where you saved. In our case, we saved in D drive. Go to the backup file. Choose the backup file. We're gonna see choose the .back. Now if you click one, click OK. Now if you just we need to change a little bit over here. Click this one, and we have something, restore with recovery, restore with no recovery, restore with standby. Now if we choose the first one, restore with recovery, that means we have complete data. But this file that we are restoring the database back is not complete. We have two more files, remember, right? We take 3 backup. So in that case, we need to choose the restore no recovery. But let me show you what I mean. If let's say, let me choose the first one, restore with no with recovery. If we choose this one, which is I'm taking the first backup, which is our full backup, this one, this file, this main db.back, the first backup we took. If I want to restore it, let me click here. When I say restore with recovery, means it's bringing the entire file, whatever the data we backed up within the same full backup file. So restore with recovery, we select it, and then if we press OK, let me see if everything is alright. Restore recovery, and we choose the file. Everything looks alright. So destination, okay, so let me select the database once again. It's giving some errors. The back, okay, it's done. General, let me disconnect from this server. I've not been using this one for long. I have another server here. This one, let me use this one. Okay, this one is fine. So go to the database, go to restore database, choose the file, click on add, go to the D drive, click on the backup, then main back, click OK, click OK. Now the option we have is with restore with recovery, means we just gonna bring the database fully online, and we'll be able to see. But guess what, we're not gonna be able to retrieve the remaining data. We're just gonna retrieve the 3 data that first backup took. Okay, let me click OK. Now database is over here, main data. But if we expand the table, click right button, click on the right button and select the data, and you'll see just 3 data. But we know our database, this one has has more than 3 data. This one has even let me select this table. This one has 6 data, right? But when we restore it, it is saying just 3 data because we just restored the first one. But right now we cannot restore this other file because we say with recovery. If wasn't without recovery, then we'd be able to actually retrieve those data. So now let me go delete it and retrieve the remaining one. So let me go there, delete this one, and the last one will be with recovery. It has the existing connection, so I need to close the connection. That's why it's taking a lot of time here. So I'll just close the existing connection. So yeah, it has been deleted. I'll also close this session here. Close this one as well, don't need it. Also this one, close it. Nope. Anyway, let me just restore it once again with the entire data set. So we have 3 files, so let me go there. So in order to back up the entire database, we must have the full backup. Remember that the full backup is the base. So restore, and you have to follow the sequence as well. So restore database, device, go to the path, add the path here, select the file. So we're gonna first choose the first backup that we took, which is full backup, and you must have the full backup. So click it. Now this time we're not gonna choose the restore with recovery, we're gonna change into restore with no recovery. When we pick restore with no recovery, we are telling that hey, we have more file to upload, so it will actually wait for other file. So choose this one, press OK. I'll have to do one thing, relocate to the file. So now press OK. Database restore successfully. But if you want to expand it, you won't be able to see anything because it's waiting for the remaining file as well. If you want to expand it, see, it says not accessible. You can go there, right click, and then bring it back, but we have more data to actually retrieve. So let's do this first. So click the database here, task, restore database, and click the device here, click over here, click over here again, go to the file D drive, go to the backup file. Now choose the main DB. Okay again. But guess what, we also need to choose this one also with no recovery, because we have differential backup left. Last one must be with recovery. So click here with no recovery, relocate the file. Okay, now we have a 4 data over here, but you cannot actually see it. Now if we actually restore the last one with recovery, will be all set. So go to the task, restore database, choose the file here, add, go to the D drive, go to the backup file. Now go to backup file all, choose the differential backup, press OK again, go to the option again. Now this time instead of with recovery, you have to choose the with recovery. That will be actually bring this database online from the restoring mode. Now you see restoring is over here, right? We have restoring, but as soon as you click over OK here, you're gonna see it will bring the database to online. Now you will be able to actually even expand it press refresh, expand it, expand the table. Now let me click the right button to view the data. Select top 1000 rows. You're gonna see 6 data over here. See, that's how it works. So one works with one another. So the last file must be with recovery, and the rest other before it with no recovery. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.